Hidden away in a body shop garage on the southwest side of Gaston, Indiana, a little town not too many have heard of, is a 1972 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It's only got 38,000 miles on it, and recently I got to know this car just a little bit better. Here's the story. This beautiful car, the body shop it's pulling out of, and the land it sits on, was owned by a local couple here in Gaston, Danny Joe, Betsy Borf, or Joe and Betsy as most everyone knew them as. Unfortunately, they've both passed on, and from the time I first knew them, Betsy would redo the interior to a car that Joe had went down to some southern states and bought. He'd buy something rust-free, bring it back up to Indiana, where she would do her thing on the inside, and he'd give it a fresh paint job on the outside. Then, he'd just sit it out front for sale, try and make $1 or $2 like any other hardworking guy. One day, he got wind of this 1972 Monte Carlo for sale in Athens, Georgia. Unfortunately, its owner had passed away, and through the grapevine, he found the family couldn't keep it, so he made every attempt to buy it. After bringing it back home to Indiana, he and Betsy redid the inside and outside in the original colors, Mojave gold paint and saddle vinyl interior. After completing the project, Joe liked the car so much, he'd just assume keep this one. And it was a car he was proud of because it only had 38,000 miles on it. It was all original. There were no modifications. It was just a nice old car. Joe didn't drive this car much, just 500 miles in the 16 years that he owned it. That doesn't mean he didn't enjoy it, though. He'd clean it up, pull it outside the garage and let it sit all day, and pull it back inside when it was time to call it an evening. Every now and then I'd swing by the house and he'd tell me, I got that Monte Carlo out today and ran it down the road. Runs just as nice as my new truck. And now, Gaston's one of those towns that doesn't have a whole lot going on. It's got one stoplight and just one bullet, I think, between the two police officers that work there. So there's really no reason to put a lot of miles on this car. Now, all that aside, you're probably wondering why I'm the one driving it around. Because no, it's not mine. I didn't buy it. You see, what I want to do is I want to help the family of an old friend. I want to help this car find the right home, too. This car is too nice to just lock away in storage for years and forget about it and not share it with anyone. It's really cool, and it needs to be out there at car shows or sit in your garage so you can talk about it when friends come over and reminisce about the good old days. Joe was always a good friend to me and my family. We've bought cars off of him and even had him do a little body work here and there. We were always able to work out a good deal, and now I want to return that favor to his family. In order to help sell this car, you need to experience it and see what it's all about. I mean, driving this car was like rolling around in 1972, only I wasn't wearing bell-bottom jeans or listening to disco music, but I'll tell you what's really cool about it. It's when you're rolling around in this car, you're not in a hurry to go anywhere. It's not a high-horsepower car making a whole ton of noise. It just has a nice V8 rumble to it, and you really don't have too many options. It's all about the driving experience. You see, the only options on this car were things like floor mats, air conditioning, the upgraded 175-horsepower Turbofire 350 V8 with a 4-bell carburetor, just one option above the standard 2-barrel. It's got a turbo hydromatic transmission, 15-inch belted white wall tires surrounding the rally wheels, and let's not forget, it has a rear seat speaker that will play anything you want as long as it's on AM radio. It doesn't take too long for a car like this to sell. Shortly after filming and before this voiceover could be completed, the car went to its new home in Missouri. The guy made a 5.5-hour drive up here, and he's got plans for his dad to drive the car when he visits a few times a year from Florida. So it will stay all original, and the mileage will stay low too. It's amazing how the car connected us to the new family. They see the value and look forward to the new experiences this car will bring them. And it's been a lot of fun assisting this car going from one family to another. Normally I finish my videos by saying email me or call me to check this car out before it's too late. But really, as a guy who sells cars for a living and likes making videos like these on the side, I was just grateful to be part of helping Joe's family sell a car one last time. His favorite, the gold 72 Monte Carlo. Thanks for all your help, Joe. I'm glad I was able to return the favor.